Hello, here's my unaffiliated suggestion box opinion op-ed video of day. We'll see if I can do it in like 3 or 4 minutes. I don't see why not. There's an overt problem going on with some schemers paying top dollar just for the state to own like high value property like somewhere in California or one of them states, right? A couple probably, if you really looked into it. And then what they do is they put like 158 homeless in a building worth like a whole lot of money, like now or later, whenever they might flip it, right? And then they give them a stipend of like, I don't know, however many grand also on top of it to live on. And yet they don't own the property. And now that's 158 out of the like tens of thousands of homeless off the street. And look how much money they spend, like $300,000 per person per year. Like if you price it out for what they did just to get a few of these people off the streets, they're very concerned about COVID or this or that. They're not concerned if they tent out in a drug-free school zone on the actual school property and their tents like shooting heroin. You can't remove them apparently because that's not fair or equitable. But like what? Excuse me. Like if they have any children, those homeless children have to go to school there too. Wait a minute. They don't want what? No one would think like that. There's something not quite right about it. So, and I don't know, but it's just all really unfortunate. But let me get back to the point I was going to make originally, which I guess is just you should just try to make clear right now. First of all, like I see, I don't know. It's just unfortunate. It could be whatever. It could be the take the homeless or take. What you should do with the homeless problem. You could take that same amount of money, right? Take a building that doesn't have floors even, or just build one, let alone take it over. And for the same amount of money, you could put floor after floor. It could be 8 feet, 9 feet high floor, wouldn't matter. Small rooms, small, comfortable, either twin or full-size bed even, with small desk area and like iPod that can or iPad or whatever that can connect, a tablet that can connect to like a TV system where they can watch that. Maybe they got that in a cell phone. And you could do that and then they get to keep that while they, plus they get the free service or whatever. Imagine Xfinity or whatever would be delighted to give to that building. And you could fit so many people, and you could have like a bottom with a little food court area, and you could provide maybe opportunities for them to do work if they want. But even if not, they can live there and they have their little privacy. And it's way more better than just cots. But yet, you look at the overcrowding of some homeless shelters where there's cot after cot on top of each other with no privacy, and it's kind of cruel with gruel food. And then there's this and these particular people, and they buy really expensive property because they can't. Meanwhile, they don't own, those people don't own those they're renting basically. They're free tenants or whatever. State owns. So it just really seems certain woke Democrat policies really aren't that bright. Meanwhile, you look at, I saw something funny Mr. Hamill posted or retweeted, which was about, if you look at the difference between when Barack Obama delivers the speech about a topic and Trump with the sentence exactly right, except one would note that I even broke down an unaffiliated episode too. If you look at their immigration policy at the time, that speech and then Trump's version of it, they espouse very similar things at the time. It's just that one sounds it is laughable. Yes, I think everybody would note that about him. Although with the God Bless America thing and what do you mean by that? You sure you mean that, sir? Because I don't know sometimes with the sneaking. With some of these politicians, even Trump, even Obama, even Biden. What's the difference? But out of the three, I think, like, actually the outside of there, I would give benefit of doubt to, like, the guy who, like, seems sincere, like, more than the other one. You know what I mean? That wouldn't necessarily be Obama. Although he seemed like, with that particular issue, I mean, everybody loved him for that. That particular speech. And then, yes, you look at the other top guy that was under Trump's watch, and he cares about that, or he's worried about that, or he'll say that, or, like, he'll throw fuel on the fire when that crazy woman, the senator with the big hat, like, starts fight for no reason, like, listens in on the conversation when he calls to console, like, a soldier's, like, spouse when the soldier died, and they make a big hoopla of it, and then, like, somebody says, like, empty barrel, and somehow that's racist when I think that's, like, empty can rattles the most or whatever. Like, it's not a racist thing, you know. But then Trump's got to, like, compare it to, like, hey, I call everyone, unlike Bush and, like, Obama, and they don't call, he, like, interjects that way because he's baby. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't understand, like, he's a fighter or whatever, but, like, it's to his own, you know. Again, if Ivanka Trump is, like, different at all, no, I would point out she probably knows that better than, like, you know, like with the, you know. But I don't think he's not. You can't call him Nazi because these people, like, that's the thing, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we really shouldn't, like, and I mean, who's to say who started that trend? But it was, like, the left calling the right that kind of first this time. Because they, even under, like, Bush, I recall that being thrown around all the time. And now all the ways they like him, and even Cheney, the daughter of Cheney. Guy's right about that. Mr. Maher, I think, said that. Or whatever, on the thing I posted. So anyway, it's just kind of despicable. Like, for the same amount of money, you could get all of them into a safe zone where they have for the same amount of money, and then, like, what's the difference? Like, you own building and land, right? But yet all the people are safe and accounted for, and, like, you even can do, like, but it's kind about it. They can come and go, it's their place, but it's not the Ritz. And what do you mean 158 people is all you can fit in that gigantic building that you paid top dollar just to get, but you own it, and then they stay for free right now, but they can do drugs, and you don't even, like, screen. It's not even, like, a reward to get that. You don't even screen them for, like, send them to rehab at least once to, like, you know, so you can say we tried. You, like, it's illegal to prosecute, but it's also, like, you don't take any steps to, like, I don't want to see them go to jail either, but at the same time, like, they cannot do that on school property or whatever. You don't have any rationality or empathy to whatever environment you want the kids to, like, believe they have to, like, you're so obsessed with, but we're really tinkering with how the kids, you know, with the new normal. We want them to think how we, like, designed it, the hidden hand of, like, we're so, like, I don't know, like, the subliminal mind, whatever, America, right? But don't do that. You're not that sneaky, Pete. You know what I mean? We're all American here. We're all bound to the same laws and the same Constitution. And the main thing we can do is just grow out of that a little bit. I mean, all the ways you can make with the cell phone technology, like, you can even incorporate your little Oculus glasses into the virtual mall, right? And then that way, like, either way, whether you're on your phone or when you see the little avatar, right? And it's like a cartoon version, kind of like the Snapchat. You can walk in, you can check out stuff. You can go to the food court, any zip code, and, like, whatever. You can get all kinds of things pop up for delivery, as well as, like, you know, the, like, Fresh Direct or the, like, Whole Foods delivery, or, like, whenever. You can go and pick stuff. Whatever it is, you could figure it out and do it, like, in light. You could have, like, private one that, like, it's pseudo-private, even though, no, somewhere, like, if you needed to, like, you know, you can cut loose, but, like, you could do it without breaking law. You can't be, like, Mr. Mob, like, whatever about it to that degree, so overtly covering up. I mean, there's all kinds of things, like, not being reported, including human trafficking. You think there's not, like, stuff about that? It's horrible. And then there's, like, we wouldn't know how en masse, like, certain things are because, like, people are content to, like, they like the dark web, like, shopping fine, you know what I mean? Or whatever, like, don't do that. All right, that's your podcast.